Okay, so there's something I really want to talk about, and I can't say the exact word because then I will be stricken from the internet, stricken from the books of life, stricken from the annals of time. Basically, I have my account blocked, as you already know. But there's something I want to talk about, and that is that of the entertainment of how do I trying to find a very creative phrase for this word involving entertainment of the seeming intimate sort. I think, first of all, this story goes all the way back. Okay, this video is not for kids, by the way, but I think it is for anyone with a sexual drive who is at this point higher than the age of 1 8 or above, or that age themselves. You know, when I started experiencing true mm, the beast with two backs, when I started really connecting to myself in this swirling vortex of the pleasure capacity. At that time, I was attending a religious institution, namely that of the standardized type. And I discovered myself in this capacity through a intimate spiritual experience that I had, and it liberated me. Now, before then, I was feeling so thorny that after things like Bible study that I would just furiously just entertain myself in that capacity. And I was just so delighted and so thrilled by what I experienced. But a verse in my mind came to me, and it was something about how a disciple or apostle started to sit with these people because he didn't want to associate with the people that he was associating with before. And I thought about that with concern to personal pleasuring and other um, physical pleasures of that capacity. And I thought to myself, if somebody came out to me and said, "Hey, you, Sunday Black, you were out here, I caught you touching yourself and doing this thing to yourself, and what do you have to say for it? I know that you are watching this particular adult actor, actress online and all these things. What have you to say for yourself?" And I thought about that story. And I thought about the many people who cannot admit to themselves that they have desires and needs, which is perfectly organic to the human body. It's perfectly endemic to life, and it's organic to existence. And so, because they cannot acknowledge that, yes, when I am in my private space, I do entertain myself with the offerings that these individuals uh, service to the world at the same time, while I also fellowship, and I say that loosely at this point, with these people saying that you can't do that. And I had to make a decision. I said, do I want to be the type of person who is in denial who is in hypocrisy of their personal practices? Do I want to be the kind of person who is the type of person who's so ashamed and so afraid and so in denial that I push aside those pleasures, and because I have no outlet for them, I engage in doing something to people that I shouldn't be doing to people, as some named pastors, ministers, and other unnamed ones have done. But it even went deeper for me than that, because I thought about the idea of the simple fact that I got a personal benefit from what you've done. I got a personal benefit from just watching and seeing and delighting for that one blissful moment in the performance. And I'm sorry, I'm not beat faced today, but I'm just too tired for that. I had it on this morning and I'm just too tired. I'm going to say this again with beat face. But I thought about how much pleasure I got. And I'm just like, I cannot discard you and say, oh, I don't know you and I have nothing to do with you when you have offered me a benefit. It doesn't matter if they say that benefit. You did something for me that in that moment made me feel good. And it was at that moment, along with other moments, that I realized that the institution that I was brought up in to perceive these performances and these movies and these acts or whatever is something, it's bad, that it really wasn't a big deal at all. In essence, what I am saying is that I chose people, and I chose the veritas of choosing myself. There was a specific porn actress who said that the act, and I'm editing it because I don't want to say the other word, that it's playtime for adults. And I remember that actress's name. I don't know if I should say names. I think you can say names. But I'm so nervous to say her name, not because I'm worried about like the video, but her name was Skin Diamond. And that was one of the first actresses that I really was like, you know what? I'm really like connected to, I kind of putting it out there like that. I really, because of my reputation, I really want to keep people from association with me, lest they too find them. Hopefully it won't happen. Themselves and, the whatever, and they also get marked or X'd, or which X is also I call myself that, and struck and all these things. But I realized that I would rather choose, and I realize that now as it's coming to me, I'd rather choose to sit with the prostitutes than sit with the hypocrites. That's the bottom line of it. I would much rather acknowledge that, yes, the diddle of the skittle, as it were. I would much rather acknowledge that, because for me, there's really no shame in it, one. And two, I'd much rather acknowledge that than cower in fear. At the religio corporate system, you must be outside of your mind. So yes, I do engage in the viewership and the watching, and even as I'm cis, gendered, but I but I don't even mind giving like money. I don't have the means right now, but I think, oh man, I would pay for a movie or pay for a video, or I'll pay for that. And yes, I will pay for that too, but of course people have problems with that, but I'll do it all. But I'll pay for, I would like buy a movie, to show, like, I have no qualms against that. I feel like, and another thing I feel that is that and this is a kind of a side I don't want to address right now, because I really want to address the frank fact of the matter that I got a secondary benefit which is a psychological concept of deriving something from something that seems like it's going to cause you more trouble. I derive, it's actually a primary benefit, but I derived a secondary benefit from what it is that I do when I connect to myself in that capacity. And for all the people that aided and abetted the high, roiling, a vibe of the act of what I feel is simply the bohemian life. It is doing what you want to do, enjoying yourself, and making money off of it. And I don't see what the problem is with that. I don't see what the problem is with that, save for that there are people that unfortunately happen to superimpose principles or policies to suppress that, which while they themselves indulge in the same. Because come on, like everybody does, you know. And it's just bottom line, I thank you. Thank you Orange and I'm sorry, I'm out of breath right now, walking back and forth. Thank you, Orange and Black. Thank you, all of you, for what you do. There are other comments that I would like to make because I actually have ideas of like how I want to see things, but I'm not really going to mention this, say, for another time. But I say I support you all. I support you all for the pleasure and the delight that you bring to the world. And for those cis guys that feel like it's something to belittle people for, you've still not have unpacked the biases of what it is that you do in your mind. You still look at particularly the femmes as, oh, you're sinning. And you need to let that go because it's not a sin and it's not stupid. It's something that we all need. We all need to relax. We all need to enjoy ourselves. And we all need to connect to our bodies. It's our right to do so. All right. So I feel like there was more I was going to say. Let me just make sure before I close this video and say that Viva la vie bohème. That's how I see it.